Hello again, YouTube. Once again, my name is Rick Carton, and I'm going to be your host for another video. Now, this video is going to be all about the witch farm. As you can see the little sign there, that's going to take us right over to the witch farm. I'm going to show you the build that I did for that. And much like the other video for the gold farm, I'm going to find the link for the video that this is based off of, put that down in the description for you. And we're going to have a fun time. So let's go ahead and get right through it. All right, so I'll just show you one more time. We're heading to the witch farm. Hop here into the minecart. Boom! Off we go. It's not that far. It's actually pretty good. This right here is the iron farm that my dad built. There's also a wool farm right there that I built. I'll have a video for the wool farm later down the road. I might do one for the iron farm. There's some stuff with the iron farm that I want to fix. So this is about the witch farm, which is right there. We're almost to the location. All right, let's hop out of the minecart. This right here is the AFK spot. I kind of want to expand out the spawn proofing a little bit because I'd rather sit right down there with it, so that way I can see it in action, or so that way I can at least watch the witches come down and get sent in. It's a little hard to see it from way up there, but I'll show you guys what we got going on here. Here we are. All right, this is a witch's hut. And you see you got some witches down there already, which is nice. Nice and dark in there. And that's tinted glass. All that is all tinted glass to keep it dark in there, to keep the light from going in, so that way they're always going to spawn, even during the day. Got a chest right here, pickaxe with some diorite, and a looting sword. The looting sword is that way you can either go up there at the AFK spot, or you can grab the diorite and the pickaxe out of here, put them right here to block other enemies during the night, so you can kind of sit there, but nighttime the spawn rates are a little bit lower because there's other places for mobs to spawn. I mean, you got drowned here in the water, and you got all this grass right here for spiders, zombies, and skeletons, and not to mention creepers. Creepers show up quite a bit too, but you know, down here, this is where a lot of the magic happens. Got a dispenser right here, so when the witches die, everything gets sent right here through the dispenser. And then there's a setup here for gold blocks, or not gold blocks. I'm still thinking the gold farm. But that's not what we're doing here. So, but okay, so right here we got one setup here for redstone blocks. So that one sets up redstone, and then we got another one right here. This is for glowstone. So all these little glowstone blocks and stuff right here. This is where they all get made, because the witches drop glowstone dust along with redstone dust. Come back up here and show you that collection system. Got a bubble column, right? Everything comes up to here. Gotta be careful about that water's edge. So the first one right here is the redstone, then we got the glowstone, and then we got right here is gunpowder, which also shows up. Some spider eyes. Spider eyes will be for later. Sugar, so that way I can make pies and cakes. Some sticks. Don't really need a whole lot of sticks, so that's why that one ends at a hopper. So as soon as that gets filled up, then it's going to lock with that redstone piston, or with that sticky piston. It's going to send that redstone block, and it'll lock it, so that way no more sticks will come through. And that's what this whole thing with the redstone and the sticky piston is for. Those are for locking when the containers fill up, so that way nothing else goes through there. That's something that I came up with on my own, and there's a pretty good reason for that. Most builds in Minecraft, you're going to have these large storage spaces, and to me that's kind of a waste because you're going to have more stuff stored than what you're going to use. I would rather have stuff get burned that I'm not going to use and still have access to things that I am going to use, and things that I want to have a lot of, or I want to have at least plenty of for what I'm going to be able to do. I'm going to make sure that they have a container that can hold a good deal of it, which is why the glowstone and the redstone and the sugar and the gunpowder are in their own chests, so that way they can hold a good deal of things, and I'll be able to pull them out as I need to, and they'll just fill back up when I need more. Any of the extra stuff that I don't need is going to come out here to the end. This right here is the catch-all. Everything that's not sorted goes into here. So even if those other things do fill up, they will come in here. However, when this gets full, this right here is primarily going to be like a potion chest. So it's going to hold like all the potions and stuff. And then when that gets full, this is going to unlock. And say that this hopper right here is currently locked right now, and that would feed into the dispenser. So as long as that's locked, nothing is going to go into the dispenser. And I'm hoping that this will keep things going up. The stackable items, however, are probably what's going to cause the biggest issue for this. Because I've been having issues with trying to get the dispenser to prevent getting too full with things. I could just put another repeater in place of the block right here, so then it'll come and hit this stone block right there, which should also end up locking this hopper. So that should probably solve that issue. But then it's also not gonna. But then the dispenser's not gonna run it either. So it's like, yeah, kind of figure out your battle, right? But the idea is that when all the containers are filled up, the hoppers, the chests are filled up, the stuff that I don't want is going to come in here, and then it's going to get sent into the lava right there to incinerate things that I don't need or I'm not going to use. And this even goes for my dad, because it's primarily just the two of us on this, and I find it really ridiculous to have large storage systems. So that's why the whole locking mechanism for these sorters are kind of a thing. Because I want to have things locked, so that way I don't end up breaking anything. Because that's another thing with sorters is you can have those large containment systems to prevent or to keep them from breaking. But if you're not paying attention to it, eventually you're going to end up breaking it because stuff is going to get backed up. And that's what this whole locking stuff is all about. All this stuff for locking and unlocking is to prevent stuff from getting backed up into the sorter. So it's just going to keep on passing things along when there's no room for it. And that's what kind of helps me sleep at night. So, but yeah, this is the witch farm. Again, I'll get a link to the video that I based this off of down below in the description. So let me know if you want to see how I did this. I'll have to find another witch hut or something, or maybe I'll just open a new world for it and show you guys that way. And yeah, this is all done in survival, by the way. None of this is done in creative mode. This is all done in survival, and it took several days to get this put together. A lot of problem solving, And again, much like the gold farm, this is the trident killer. This is the kill chamber. When I see it in action, we'll just flip this switch right here, if I can get it. There we go, flip that switch, kill those guys off, and let's stand here for the XP. All right, get the experience here. Okay, and then you see, so now that dispenser is getting items sent through, and then it's gonna send stuff here through the box. Oh, there's a redstone block. That's good. That's good. Redstone is pretty much the main thing that you're gonna get from witch farms, because witches will always give redstone. So redstone is the main thing that you're going to get from here. So I guess instead of a witch farm, I guess you'd call it a redstone farm. That's like the main resource that you're going to get out of here. And then I've got the little water thing up there that's going to send everything through. And stuff that doesn't get sorted gets sent through here. Oh, didn't get any new potions, so that's all right. But anything else gets sorted into their own containers. And this way, keeps things nice and neat. Don't have to go looking down. Now most farms for stuff like this, you're going to end up going down here to do your collection stuff. I find that a little annoying. I'd rather just set mechanisms down here to do the things that I'd like it to do, and then not have to go down there if I can avoid it, which is why a lot of this is protected down here. All that down there is protected, so I don't have to go messing with anything there. Keep blocking myself in. I should do a little bit more protecting of this stuff right here, but none of this should get affected by anything up there, primarily because that's what these little channels are for. The water comes down, it's going to get blocked by the hut, and it's going to look for the place of least resistance, and it's going to come straight down into this channel. And that channel is going to go there, and then there's also this channel right here where water is going to get going into. Same with here. So anywhere water shows up, there's a channel for it to go into, so that way it doesn't mess with any of this stuff, which is what I really want to have happen, is keep that protected. So that's why I have those little water channels. And then all the redstone down there is being protected by the glass. There's another water channel down there to keep things flowing. Some soul sand down there for the bubble column. And then up at the top, I have a button at the top of the water column, and that stops the bubbles from going all the way up to the top. And that basically allows things to be at a very decent pace. That's the witch's hut. So I hope you guys liked the video. Again, if you want to see any more builds from me, just let me know down in the comments below. I got another video coming up for the nether trader that I'm going to show you guys. And the nether trader is pretty much the main reason for having a gold farm.